It says we are live. First and foremost, give all praises to you. How about Shimmy Abashat Thumb? Hold on. All right, y'all. First and foremost, give all praises to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the Son of Hamashiach Yahushua, who we know as Jesus Christ. What makes Dubai so great? Hold on, let me put my links in. What makes Dubai so great? People just want to flock. People want to flock there. People spending all their money, thousands of dollars. I think them things cost about close to $3,000 to get out there. Let alone a round trip. Hold on. I just thought of something that I didn't put in here. Yeah, we'll just slide it in. But shalom, Israel, man, come on in. We'll give everybody a couple minutes to get in here. Give everybody a few minutes to get in, and then we gonna get into this class, man. We gonna get into this thing. Me and brother was speaking about this earlier, man, or it might have been yesterday, and I was like, man, you know what? We might need to do a class on that. Shalom, brother.
Shalom, man.
It's gonna be real milky. It's gonna be real milky, but sometimes you can go over these things. You can write these precepts down because these are mostly camp precepts of correlating verses. I'm trying to stop saying that precept thing. How you been, brother?
Oh, no complaints, huh?
Hear that?
Working it out.
That's it, man. That's all we do.
Pray for me, though.
Oh yeah. Likewise. Likewise, man.
When you going back up, man?
What, coming back up that way?
Yeah.
Shoot, man, we can do it this weekend.
How about it's a
Well,
no.
we got the moon the third.
I was about to say, I think the second is Friday, but yeah, no, the second is Friday. Yeah, so the third will be on the Shabbat. So, man, we might need to make that happen.
Yeah, man. I can shoot up there. We can try to put something together, man.
If it fall on the Shabbat, that means we can eat, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's a 10-4. We could definitely make that happen. Let's wait till everybody get in and see get the general consensus.
Shalom, Sister Salish. Try to get this camera focused in.
You got it on automatic?
Nah, it's just like if I turn real quick or if I turn away from the camera, it'll go out of focus.
Yeah.
Then I just have to let it, see my eyes and line back up.
That's the phone or that's the camera?
That's the camera.
Oh, okay. I know you was about to get that upgrade. You get that upgrade?
Yeah, man, but I ended up losing focus and I left it on the door. Yeah, it got an echo coming out of your you might got your YouTube still open.
Me?
Yeah.
I got it open, but it's on mute.
It's an echo. See how your thing jumping when I talk?
Oh, yeah. So let me turn the TV off. Okay,
excellent. Nah, we still here.
Wow.
Do you got YouTube open?
Is your YouTube open upstairs?
No, I'm talking about on your phone.
Oh, snap. Hold on. I'm about to go out.
You should. I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, I ended up getting this phone, man, and I ended up leaving that thing on top of the car and drove off and went to pat my pockets because I heard something. And the only reason I patted my pockets, I got to figure out how to fix that where it's not focusing in and out. I won't do it today, but I was patting my pockets trying to figure out where my phone was at, and when I heard it, I heard something fall off the car into the street, and it was my phone. So my screen is shattered. The screen on my new iPhone is shattered. It's 6 months though. I just realized it had to be 6 months because I end up having to pay Apple for the Apple Music. I end up having to pay them. I'm like, man, I don't even remember if I ever even paid for the Apple Music, but
package deal.
Yeah, it came with, and then now it's gone. I'm like, oh man, I just woke up and got another bill. I just woke up to a bill. Like, all right,
that's crazy.
I was thinking about it. It was like, man, I really want to hear this song. I'm like, man, I really like this song, but I just want to hear it a few more times. But yeah, man, they went on and I just had to go ahead and sign up. But I think the thing used to be free with Verizon. But that thing got me, man. But we're just talking about I might even cut this thing off, man. I'll be trying, y'all. I'll be trying to make the videos a little better and show my face a little bit, but
gotta open your eyes up to that thing.
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on? So what makes Dubai great? And I just want to do. We was talking about some of the laws. So I'm gonna share my screen. Do I got some of these laws here? I do.
Cut his whole stuff out.
My bad, y'all. I just closed right out of the thing. Share screen here. Can y'all hear me?
All right. I just heard the echo.
Yep, I was trying to find it. I ended up closing out the StreamYard. It says 20 super strict Dubai rules every visitor must be aware of. Anybody know any of these rules? You can throw them in the comments if you know any of these rules. And what's the intrigue? Why do we spend so much money? Why does this have this reputation of being this prestige country? And what are some of the things that we enjoy? And then I want you to just think about the pictures you done seen from people who done went. No public affection. No public affection in Dubai. Have you ever seen dress code? Have you ever seen people kissing and hugging? Like Sis was saying, you ever seen people kissing and hugging out there? You ever seen them dressed like little harlots out there taking pictures, dressing their little leggings and the little skimps out there taking pictures, or the short skirts with the Daisy Dukes, or the fishnets? You ever seen the fishnets out there when they going to Dubai and they taking them pictures out there and I spent all this money?
Negative.
Nope. See him out there with a long dress on in the desert. I know you ain't going out there driving. I know you ain't went out there to take no picture in the desert with a camel. You could have did that. You could have did that at the house with the green screen.
Hey, shalom, family.
Shalom, brother Mike.
Shalom,
Shalom,
right?
brother Eleazar.
Hey, shalom, family.
Yeah, you could have did that at home with a green screen. You ain't no way you went all the way out there to take a picture with a camera.
Mm.
Mike could have did it at the city fair. But yeah. Anybody got any other laws that you might know? Well, we finna read them though. We see them.
No homosexuality, ain't it?
No homosexuality. You don't see how many homosexuals you've seen out there. How many transgenders bragging about going to Dubai? Nope. They can go to Vegas. They can't go to Dubai though. They cannot be seen in no Dubai. Let's look at some of these laws. Dubai rules. Amongst the world's media, especially in countries such as the UK, there have been a lot reported on how people are to act in Dubai, which has resulted in a lot of confusion. It is important to remember that there are many different cultures living in Dubai, with different definitions of what is and what is not acceptable in Dubai government. And the Dubai government is trying to maintain harmony among all these communities. Dubai rules concerning alcohol and licensing. We set out your rights when it comes to alcohol and licensing. It is important to note that the penalties for breaching any of the following licensing laws are a jail term and can be combined with deportation in some cases. If you are a Muslim expatriate, drinking alcohol is strictly forbidden in any circumstance. If you are a non-Muslim, you may only consume alcohol if you personally hold an alcohol license. You should keep this license with you at all times. The license is granted by the police licensing authorities in Emirat. Somebody know that word, Emirat? In which you live. The alcohol license will allow you to purchase alcohol up to a percentage of your monthly salary. So they ain't gonna let you go all the way out with your alcohol. Like only a percentage of your salary can be spent on alcohol.
Hey, Shalakia.
Go ahead.
When I was in Germany, we used to have ration cards, and it's like a bus ticket, and they was poke a hole in it if you went over your ration for that month. So that's basically the same thing, but people would sell their rations so you can get more, but that's the same premise.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Even if you hold an alcohol license, you should only drink alcohol in your own home or a licensed restaurant or bar. It is against the law to consume alcohol or have alcohol in your system if you are not in your own home or in a licensed venue. Whilst this law is usually only enforced in conjunction with another crime, expatriates should still be careful, considerate, and courteous whilst traveling from venue to venue on an evening out. Alcohol should only be purchased in the Emirat in which the expatriate holds an alcohol license. It is therefore against the law for an expatriate residing in Dubai to purchase alcohol from liquor suppliers in Ras Al Khaimah. There are zero tolerance laws for expatriates expatriates drink driving in the UAE. This means that you may have no alcohol in your system whilst driving. Alcohol can take up to 48 hours to leave your system. Take this in account when driving the day after a night out. You had something out?
Negative.
Traffic offenses. It is a criminal offense to leave the scene of an accident, however minor the criminal sanction for leaving the scene of an accident in which a person was injured or more severe punishment. It's a criminal offense to drive a car with any alcohol, criminal offense to drive without a valid driver's license, keep your insurance, It's against the law to drive a vehicle in Dubai which is not in good mechanical condition. Front mirrors, seat belts, etc. Condition headlights if you breach. Dubai's warning on drugs. The consumption of illegal drugs in the UAE is a criminal offense punishable by possible imprisonment and deportation. Drugs that are legal in your home country may not necessarily be legal in the UAE. This could include drugs that you have been prescribed for medical reasons in your home country. Consult the following list. The import of illegal drugs in the UAE is a criminal offense. Medications. Travelers are advised to read the following guidelines for a person's medication from your home country and bringing it into the UAE. Dubai's rules concerning public decency. Most malls in Dubai display signs asking shoppers to dress respectfully. So what does that actually mean? In the UAE law, it does not specify certain acceptable clothing, but in general specifies that clothes should not be sexually provocative. For example, do not wear a bikini in public places. Wearing very short shorts and see-through blouses in public places is also frowned upon. Reserve these items of clothing for the pool or private beach club. Wearing a skirt or an appropriate length in a t-shirt to the mall is absolutely fine. Another common question: Dubai rules regarding public affection of displays of affection. A married couple are allowed to walk along with hand in hand, but are not allowed to indulge in sexual behavior such as kissing. These acts can lead to a jail term followed by deportation.
Hey, Shalaki,
Go ahead.
I was telling you, man, that I had took a sister to the airport, and she was getting ready to go to Dubai, and she was like, "You can't even check in a hotel if you and a man not married. If y'all don't show proper ID that y'all married, y'all have to get separate rooms in Dubai."
I don't know if this is gonna say it, but I read a couple of these pages like that, and some of the stuff I'm just gonna, y'all just trust me. But you can look it up, some of these laws yourself, especially if you're thinking about going. Unmarried couples are not allowed to hold hands in public places. It is also worth noting that unmarried couples are not allowed to live under the same roof. This is what I was just talking about. And if found to be doing so, could be given a jail term of up to 1 year. Homosexual acts are also illegal in the UAE. Swearing or rude gestures, for example, giving someone the finger, should also be avoided. Remember this whilst driving and feeling stress. Any breach of these guidelines could result in imprisonment or a fine. And that was it for that one. Let me see if we can find out one more, and then we'll just get into some. We'll get into some of the things that we see in the text that we can compare to the text. And I said that sister that I picked up, man, I'm sure she went over this stuff, read this stuff good. And oh man, this looks, oh no, they trying to get me to download something. And I clicked on the same thing again.
And Shalaki, I think that's like a normal trip for her though. I think that's a normal trip for she done been before. You know what I mean? So she knew all the ins and outs of what you can and cannot do in Dubai. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think she had done been before.
Yeah, some of them, a lot of those Instagram girls, like I said, I seen a documentary where they going for explicit reasons. that goes on to that stuff. But whatever the case, man, y'all can find that stuff. I don't want to hold the class up trying to look for it again. Cause they got all this stuff bouncing and cheek, yeah, even dancing provocative. You know how we like to twerk and do all that. You can't do that there either. Hold on, my screen still sharing? Yep. Is my screen sharing?
No.
Okay, hold on. Is that the one, Dubai Laws and Punishment? No. I think this one is. Yeah. Can y'all see that?
Okay.
So you got that dancing in public, offensive behavior, photographs without people's consent. Things you're supposed to do in Ramadan. They also, I think they keep the Sabbath Thursday, Friday. But they open on Sundays. But the weekend, I guess the weekend is Wednesday, Thursday, or something like that. Yeah, something like that. But they do have a Sabbath that everything closes. Social media. Users must refrain from insulting or offensive posts which defame Islam or any other religion. No swearing. But most of this stuff is in the text. And that's my whole point. That's the whole point. I was talking to Ak about this. The whole point about this, man, a lot of people love this city. It's on their bucket list. Let me stop sharing. It's on their bucket list. And why is that? I was acting on social media and had a few people answer, man, saying that they wanted to experience the culture and what else? The culture, and it says the people are they like some classy people and the elegant dresses and the elegant clothes. It's kind of really like the fortune kind of drives them. What it seems like, man, just being in nice places. But I just wanted to talk about what makes it nice. Go ahead.
I was just looking. They got a short work week too. They only work 4 days a week. Cause they got Friday off for the Sabbath. Wow. It said the weekend is Friday to Saturday. Yep, move Friday to Saturday weekend to Saturday to Sunday is a landmark reform that came into force on January the 1st, 2022.
Yeah, I know I had seen something like that. And they try to tell you that because you gonna go out there and thinking something gonna be open or some people gonna be and they gonna be shut down. And they gonna be shut down. And so, if you like I say, if you like to go on vacation and do drugs and get drunk and eat eat lobster and all that and eat you some pork and all that, what's the intrigue for Dubai? When you can't do those things there. I think you probably can eat lobster and stuff, but I know I seen something about pork. I did see something about pork. But and I ain't ate a lot of Indian food, but it don't look appealing to me.
Hey,
Don't
Shalom,
look. Go ahead.
Hey, do Muslims eat shellfish?
No.
I don't think they do.
I don't know. I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they eat. That Leviticus 11, they pretty much keep that right there. Those
because Malcolm X movie, ain't?
Yeah.
Or they clipped that out. That was the scene they clipped out.
Nah, it was in the movie.
Oh, it was in there?
Well, you know what? I know the swine was in there when he went and talked to Spike Lee talking about, I love white women and swine too much. But I don't remember the crabs. I don't remember the lobsters in the night you say that.
Yeah, it was a scene that was clipped out when he was talking to his wife before they got married. He was taking her in the museum, but they clipped it out. They didn't put it in the movie.
Oh wow!
And he broke all of that down. He broke the dietary law down.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
I look at that. I didn't see that. But I know like the Nation of Islam. I think they eat everything. But I'm talking about the Muslims over there. I don't think they eat that stuff though. It's like,
Hey, Lucky.
Go ahead.
Hey, pork is prohibited in Dubai. Pork product. In a certain place, you got to go to barbecue. I hear.
Because Jokers tried to get that can. I remember when Jokers was looking for gummy worms. Like, oh man, you gotta get the gummy worms that say made in Turkey. And they won't have pork in it because they like you just saying is prohibited in the UAE laws. But we saying all this to say, some of these things, a lot of these things are in the text. And that we could have a Dubai everywhere, but y'all don't want to keep these laws. You don't want to keep the laws. And so this is why we have a destructive we raising a dysfunctional society. A destructive society. Where we do the swearing and we just gonna go through the precepts, y'all. I say you can just write them down for you just the camp precepts. So we're gonna deal with modesty. 1 Timothy chapter. Let me share my screen here. 1 Timothy 2. 1 Timothy 2 and read 8 through 10.
You said 1 Timothy chapter 2, 8 through 10. Say, I will therefore that men pray everywhere, lifting up holy hands, without wrath and doubting. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array, but which commanded women professing godliness with good works.
And so women, when I seen them, it was a couple sisters that was saying, yeah, I like the culture and the dress. Like, women want to dress, they want to dress elegant. Like, that's why they spend so much time picking the wedding dress. We have, and that's why, Passovers, you have a lot of, how we be looking. We be looking in Passover. But, and it's just, you're in a society that doesn't have an appreciation for that. But everybody, sisters want to dress up and look elegant and, but, here, we wearing jeans and t-shirts and, it's they don't get to doll up as much because you don't get to play that role as much either. I should have looked up, do women even work up there? I don't think women even work in that UAE. But I had to look into it, but I don't think they work. And so they can spend their time doing things like, but when you working and you may not have that, have that in you, but I don't know. But we got to be in modest apparel. And not with the costly array. I know even those dresses over there, and that's one of the reasons I don't make dresses is because it takes so much. It just out the gate, it takes 4 yards of fabric. That's we at $35 now. But you can get them dresses with the little silicones on it. Sisters can get them dresses $25, $10, $15. Um, but it just costs too much for to make you one from scratch. But a lot of our sisters, when we see that, we want to go over there and buy designer bags and do our, we don't really want that culture. We want to put on designer bags. Like most of that stuff, when we go over there and you take them pictures and they put you on one of them outfits that blow in the sand, man, that dress probably cost you $10, $15. But you can, you look like a modest woman.
Shalakia.
Go ahead, bro.
And when you even look back in like the early 1900s, the thing about especially our women, well, all women, but a lot, especially our women, we follow the trends of America, because remember, it was unlawful for women to be even in pants in the 50s. Like, you even see the one when they was able to start joining the military, you seen women's in dresses, you seen police women's in dresses, right? It just was only really within the last maybe 60 years where women's even in this country will start wearing pants and being unmodest. Because America used to kind of try to hold on to some of those cultures early on in American history. How are you?
Come on, we conforming. That Romans 12, we just conforming with the world. So whatever the world does, we do. But I just find it amazing that we can go over there and follow all them folks' rules. We can spend thousands of dollars to go over there and dress modest, but somebody tell you to dress modest here and you ready to choke them out. You ready to choke them out. And so we can do it. It's just the environment. That's how we see the power of this system. We see the stronghold of being in an environment that's against the laws of God. And it'll influence you to not want to do that, because you don't want people looking at you like you crazy. And if you have an environment where everybody's doing the opposite of everybody is dressing modest, you're gonna look crazy out there trying to dress immodest. People are gonna be astonished. But not, they might tackle you out there, but not here though. 1 Peter chapter 3. We're gonna read I guess 1 through 4.
1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husband, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives, while they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear, whose adorning let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair and of wearing of gold, or of putting on of apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price.
That is a great price. Meek, quiet spirit in that conversation. The conversation of of the wife. The behavior of the wife, can save. That's why I say all the time, man. So you may be the only Bible somebody read. You may be the only Bible. You may be the only way your husband can read the Bible is through how you're living. Especially those who come in that are already married, and your husband may not be on the ball, but you can win him over. It's possible to win him over just by your behavior. And that adorning got to be inward, not outward. More important to be inward than outward. And again, that conversation, that behavior can win men over. Not only just your husband, but Even his friends. It can like, you know what, man, I need to get into that text, man. I can see they can see the Most High in you. Well, it's very important how you carry yourself everywhere. You got to be a light, not just men. Everybody got to be a light. We'll get one more on modesty. 1 Corinthians 6:19. Hold on. 1 Corinthians 6. A couple other precepts is Proverbs 31:25. Proverbs 31:30, Proverbs 11:22. But just for time purposes, like I say, just gonna go over a couple precepts on that. Some of their laws are the laws of the text, and these laws, are what's making it. Because even if you put the money behind it, still it'll be filth. That's what I'm saying. Like we got money. This country has money, has power, and it could be built up like that. But if you don't have, if you're not following God's laws, if you don't have no moral compass, even if they build those things, I think somebody because I think Dubai has the tallest building. Somebody finna build the tallest building here in America. Somebody finna. Matter of fact, it's Elon Musk. His factory, his new factory is going to be the world's tallest building. And if you don't keep these, if you don't keep this, everything around it'll be waste. Just like we see homeless people sleeping in the best parts of the city. These supposed to be prestigious areas, and we got homeless people sleeping in front of the restaurants, sleeping in front of the hotels. Sleeping in front of all of these supposed to be nice areas. But it's gonna be defiled if there's no structure. If you're not doing thus says the Lord. If you're trying to run away from these laws, it's gonna turn into a filth. It's gonna turn to a cesspool. And that's why it's maintained. That's why they maintain it. They've built it with that oil money. But it's maintained because of a moral compass, and they're not allowing certain things to bleed into their society. Did we read this 1 Corinthians 19:20?
Not yet. God. This 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19. What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have of God, that ye are not your own? For ye are bought with a price. Therefore glory God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's.
Glorify God in your body. You can't glorify him on no stripper pole. That ain't gonna give God no glory. You're not gonna glory him dressing like a harlot. That ain't gonna give him no glory. That gonna give you glory. You doing that for you.
I like it.
Go ahead, out.
Hey, they attitude toward women over there different too. You say the UAE ranks first in the world for treating women with respect. Street harassment is virtually non-existent, and many experts express feelings much safer than their own country. And then even at 18, you need permission to roam about. You over here in America, man. It just 15 or 16-year-old got killed in front of May High School. What you that age? What are you doing that at 2 a.m? You know what I mean? But
Right.
And Shalakia,
Go ahead.
I'm looking. Hold on, this thing is tripping. I'm looking at the crime rate in Dubai, right? The rape is 0.2%. 0.2%. Robbery is 2.1%. Theft is 12.6%. Abduction is 0.1%. See what I'm saying? Let me see. So let me see the death. The murder rate. That's the United States. My bad. Look at it. They say got the murder rate is 0.92% in America. I just It just I was looking for the murder rate, man, but I'm about to look for more. But yeah, they crime is low, man.
Yeah, I seen somebody saying that too. It's like, man, I can come out here and I ain't gotta worry about wearing this. I can put my Rolex on the table and I ain't gotta worry about nobody taking it. And I even seen a brother that was in the chat. He was saying, and this shouldn't be interesting. What I'm finna say. He was saying that, well, they don't believe in the God of Abraham. And I already kind of felt this energy, so I just left it alone. And then I started thinking, I was like, well, if the Quran says that Israelites are God's chosen people, what God are they talking about? What God is that? What God is saying that Israel is his chosen people? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
And when Paul says, to the Greeks I was a Greek, and to them without the law I was like without the law.
Yeah.
And
I was all things to all people, right?
Yeah, sometimes, man, we just start arguments and start things, and our job is really to win and start, trying to take people away. Instead of trying to find middle ground so that you can have the conversation and win these people over and bring them over to the Hamashiach and show them Christ and show them the true Messiah.
Right. You push them away.
Yeah, we be pushing them. We be ready to go off that game. Like, they ain't following, but
and we ain't Shalaki, bro. We really not following the true Messiah. We're not following the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? Deacon right now got a video talk about being light to the Gentiles, and then got a Gentile. We are not really serving the true one, true God, man, because we play with it as well. I don't know why Israel think they got it all figured out. I got one more thing to do. It says why is Dubai crime so low? It say Dubai is in fact one of the safest Middle Eastern cities for tourists. It says its stricter laws means that crime is kept to a minimum, and many tourists feel much safer in Dubai than they do in other parts of the globe. The crime rate in Dubai is much lower than comparable countries in other regions in the world, man. So Dubai crime rate is very, very low, and so yeah, I just wanted to share that with you too as well.
Because of their law. It ain't the oil that make the crime rate low. It ain't the oil that make it the safest city. It's the laws. Homosexuality. Leviticus 18:22. We're not gonna go through all of these things, man. Y'all need the precepts. I'm finna give you the precepts. You can write them down. Deuteronomy 22:5. Leviticus 18:22. Leviticus 20:13, Mark 10:6-9, 1 Kings 15:12, and Romans 1:27, to name a few. But we're just gonna read the Leviticus 18:22, and then we'll move on to cursing. Baba Kashai.
This book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 22. Thou shalt not lay with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination.
All right, we know that, Dubai does not allow that. You cannot be a homosexual. You cannot cross dress. That Deuteronomy 22:5. You cannot cross dress and be in Dubai. Cursing, you probably even being feminine, man. You're probably like, man, But cursing, precepts or correlating verses. We're gonna go to Colossians 3. Well, we're not gonna go there. We're gonna go to Sirach 23. And we're gonna read verses 9-15 because jokers like to play with these other verses. But we're gonna read that verse, and then precepts for that is Colossians 3:8, Ephesians 4:29, Ephesians 5:4, James 3:8-10, and then we're gonna read Sirach 23:9-15. Let me see if I can find it. Sirach 23.
Sirach 23. Shalaka.
Verses 9-15.
Sirach 23. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 9 and verse 23.
Con. 9. No, Sirach chapter 23 and verse 9.
Shalakia. Sirach 23 and verse 9. And it reads, sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction. Keep going.
Con, you reading 9-15?
Wait, Ecclesiasticus, right? You said Sirach.
No, Sirach, yeah.
Okay. Sirach 9. Ecclesiasticus. Wait, let me see. I'm tripping. Yeah, Sirach is Ecclesiasticus, right?
Ecclesiasticus, right.
Yeah.
23 and 9.
Oh, 23. I thought you said, okay, I'm tripping,
23
man. My bad.
and verse 9.
23. My bad. Shalaki, fellas. It reads, accustom not thy mouth to swearing, neither use thyself to the naming of the Holy One. For as a servant, is that it?
Now, yeah, you're going to continue to 15.
Oh, come. For as a servant that is continually beaten shall not be without a blue mark, so he that sweareth and nameth God continually shall not be faultless. A man that uses much swearing shall be filled with iniquity, and the plague shall never depart from his house. If he shall offend, his sin shall be upon him. And if he acknowledge not his sin, he maketh a double offense. And if he swear in vain, he shall not be innocent, but his house shall be full of calamities. There is a word that is clothed about the death, about with death. God grant that it be not found in the heritage of Jacob. For all such things shall be far from the godly, and shall not be wallow, and they shall not wallow in their sin. Use not thy mouth to intemperate swearing, for therein is the word of sin. Remember thy father and thy mother when thou sittest among great men. Be not forgetful before them, and so thou by thy custom become a fool, and wish that thou hadst not been born, and curse the day of thy nativity. The man that is accustomed, is that it?
Was that 15?
I'm at 15 right now.
Okay, go ahead.
The man that is accustomed to opprobrious words will never be reformed all the days of his life. Opprobrious. Need to look that word up.
Yeah, I got you. How you spell it?
A-P-P, oh, Kashlakia. O-P-P-R-O-B-R.
You said O-P-P-R-O?
Correct.
I got you. The definition.
Go ahead, my dog.
Definition is abusive, derogatory, insulting, offensive, venomous, bitchy, scornful.
Con.
And those who use those words and will not be reformed. And you got a lot of brothers feel we can use that language, man, especially, even when teaching. We can use this kind of appropriate words.
Hey,
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, and that's Sirach 23:11, and this is what I'm saying about us understanding the law. They go to that Romans 4, where there's no law and there's no sin. They really take that out of context, right? Watch, look at this. Verse 11, Sirach 23:11. A man that uses much swearing shall be filled with iniquity, and the plague shall never depart from his house. If he shall offend, his sin shall be upon him. So what is he offending? What part is he offending? A man using much swearing. That's where the offense come in at. So we say that where there's no sin, there's no. But you see right here, he's saying he that uses much swearing shall be filled up with iniquity. This, what I'm saying, that nonsense about if you can't find in the law, then that don't mean it don't that it's nowhere, there's no law, no sin. We taking that out. They taking that out of context. If you swearing, the scripture said it's sin. You swearing, you're gonna be filled of iniquity. Your sin gonna be upon you. And so we use that like how we look at sin, because you can't find it. We goes about the books of the law, and we see certain things that even Ezra or Edris saying, "Oh, this sin," but we just overlook that because we thinking here, almost 4,000 years later, that we can really have a grip on the law by looking at dated texts that they was there while it was actually transpiring, but we looking at secondhand information and think we know more than the prophets. Not yet, brother.
And we can see how they're responding to these things. They're not writing these things in there for no reason. This is part of the culture. They was telling people not to use that language. Also, the Colossians 3, I just read it real quick. It says, but now ye also put off these anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. I put those things away. And we see that in the bylaw that there was pretty much no jesting. You can't be talking about nobody. You can't be, making your funny jokes. You can't put nobody on camera and say, hey, look at this joker here. And that's what mostly goes viral here in the States. If somebody talking about, remember them that what are those? You probably don't know.
Yeah. Point at your shoes.
Yeah, they point at your shoes. Yeah. They point at your shoes. They come out. There's some joker now. He be like, don't come at me looking like, Mario Brothers and just people that's just passing by and insulting them. And again, that kind of goes into that, love thy neighbor as thyself. No gesturing, no stealing. And just the fact that crime, like I was reading earlier, man, that crime, it being one of the safest places on the earth. That's something that we got to look at, man. But this world and this being one of the most dangerous, the reputation that this place has. I seen this dude saying he wanted to take. He went out there to his Asian brother. He went out there to one of those tribes that hadn't been touched, and he was telling them, man, you look like a model. I could take you back to the United States. And he in the tribal dude was like, man, ain't that where people jump off buildings and kill themselves? I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I'd rather stay in this jungle and get up and kill my food every day and eat honey from killer bees. I'm not gonna go there where I want to a place that make me want to jump off a building and understand that, like, somebody who's never seen that happen, like they trying to wrap their head around what could possibly make somebody want to jump off a building and destroy themselves and kill they and take their life.
Mm.
What is that? What is that insanity? What is that? But it's hard for them to even comprehend, but it's just normal to us. It's normal speech for us to talk about, stuff like that. Where we at? Drunkenness, the Bible talking about that, let's go to Isaiah 5:11. You also got it, Proverbs 23, 20 through 21, and Proverbs 31 and verse 6. Just to name a few, but we was talking about that licensing, and you're not drinking your money away and end up in front of the gas station, asking people for $1 so you can get more drink. And they even limited that thing in Germany, Ox said.
Yeah, man. They had ration cards, but this was back in 1988, so I don't know if they still got that thing now.
Yeah, I'm in Germany known for their beer. I used to work at this German restaurant.
Huh.
They known for that beer, boy. They didn't like that Bud Light stuff in there. They was making their own beer in there. Matter of fact, we got a beer. We get free beer. You got free beer. You get the after shift beer. You can drink you a beer before you go home.
Yeah, they call it Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizen?
Hefeweizen. Yes, sir. It's full of yeast too. Yeah, heavy in yeast. They had a lot of wheats and barleys.
Yeah, that's what that I drank an orange wheat beer that they had as a house beer down there at Stone Mountain, that little German spot in downtown Stone Mountain.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. They got a pool table in there.
Well, man, Isaiah 5:11 and 12. Just read that.
This is Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 11. It reads, "Woe unto them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink, that continue until night, till wine inflame them, and the harp and the viol, the tabret and pipe, and wine are in their feasts, but they regard not the work of the Lord, neither consider the operation of his hands."
Man, we forget them. Man, we get the partying and that feast get there going. We forget them. But that drinking day and night, all day, waking up. It's people that sit, man. We see these brothers and sisters that sit in front of those stores, in front of those liquor stores all day, and all they do is drink, man, till they end up something happening. But we see there's laws in the text to keep us away from those things. Not that we can't drink, but we gotta have the discipline, and we gotta have certain devices in play that keep us from doing those things, like that little card, or like that. You could only spend that licensing to buy the alcohol where you only can spend a certain percentage. You ain't working, you ain't even drinking. If you don't work, you can't drink. You don't get to drink. You can't work. You ain't work. I get to drink because why? Again, you'll be out there all day. You ain't got to go to work. You ain't got to go to work. You ain't got to go to sleep. Ain't nothing stopping you from drinking from sun up to sundown to sun up to sun up. Nothing stopping you. Do a little self-control. Titus 2. I seen where they can't even be at the beach together. It's a time that the women be at the beach, a time that the men be at the beach. Plus I ain't put that in there, but the honorableness of marriage and the bedroom not being undefiled, like the bedroom not being defiled. Y'all keep that stuff in the house, man. You gotta be out here enticing nobody, looking at nobody. Now you know, it come with all kinds of stuff, man. It don't make you uncomfortable. You ever been on a double date, or you and your rib go out with a couple and they out there just tongue kissing at the table. They just, you know, they a new couple. You know that new couple love. It be Joker be all on top of each other, man. And it's hard to be around them, especially you done put in your time, man. You know, it's just like, man, I remember that. But yeah, it'll make you uncomfortable, man. Titus, what I said, Titus in verse 1.
God.
Chapter 2, verse 1.
Book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 1. But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine, that the aged man be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, and patience. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chastity, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed. Young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded, in all things showing thyself a pattern of good works, in doctrine showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity, sound speech that cannot be condemned, that he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say to you.
So you know, we gotta be sober minded, showing uncorruptedness. You know, teaching sound doctrine, having sound speech that can't be blamed. Like, we shouldn't have people saying anything. I don't care who it is. We shouldn't have anybody looking at our video saying, "Man, you ain't supposed to be talking like that." And a lot of times we don't even take that. We can't even take that correction. That's the sad part. Like, we can't even take that correction. Now we got to give all these darn verses about, yes, I can. Can't just take the correction. Hey, brother, you know, you shouldn't be doing that and cussing like that. Like, you should be doing all that swearing, brother. And we can't even, we finna, let me show you what the Bible said. We finna cut these jokes, you know. And even if you go to, like, you know, a brother slippeth with the tongue, you're still not supposed to do it. Yeah, we slipped, but we still need to take the correction. You still shouldn't have no problem taking the correction. So we all fall victim to it. But when somebody corrects you on it, just take the correction, bro. We know it's wrong, and sometimes we do slip. Sometimes, you know, we talking, you know, hey, but if somebody corrects you, don't fight against the correction. But
Shalakia.
Go ahead.
I was watching the video, and one of the sergeants over there, man, he was going into the nations, and then he went into, you know, the Canaanite woman, and then when Christ called her a dog, and they like, oh, well, what's a female dog? Oh yeah, see, that's what she is. I'm like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, do Israel understand that they gonna have the greater punishment when Christ returns? Like, you using the text to call a woman, call a nation a woman, bitch. You using the text to do that, and that's in that context. That's not what it was speaking of, and you know it. You know it wasn't speaking of that, but we use the text that way. What's a female dog? See what Christ called her? Lord in Christ, bro. But anyway, man. Oh yeah, brother.
It's like I heard Zabak use that a few times, like in Times Square.
Yeah.
Yeah, he must have repeated that thing about 10 times too. You know how he repeat himself. But yeah, man, I heard him say that, use that script right there. What's a female dog? He asked the audience. one of the guys in the audience, what's a female dog? Don't be afraid to say it. Then he went on ahead and said, a bi. I'm like, dog, this dude is tripping.
Yeah, and you see the same thing in Exodus 4 as well, man. 4:22. You see that same word there. And that just, so that wasn't talking, he wasn't calling the whole Egyptians bitchs. That's not what it was. That's not the context, and they take it out of context just to bring shame and humility. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying about being puffed up. Israel too puffed up, man. We too puffed up, man. I hear Brother Slocky.
Excellent point. Verse 4, that the women should teach the young women to be sober, love their husbands, love their children, discreet, chaste, keep their home good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed. Very important that we have that family structure in order, and these things are being taught and passed down so that the name of the Most High is not blasphemed. The way our houses are structured now is, we blaspheming the Most High, man. Because we're making this, where we are, or in our captivity. Some thunder, the Lord talking. The old folks say the Lord talking. But when we supposed to be God's people, man, we have to be, not just the people, but our families gotta give that light also, man. And like I said, this world is such a powerful device by Satan, man. This place, America, this influence is much. It's hard for other countries to kind of not be influenced by it. Look what North Korea has to do, and and that crazy stuff they got going on over there. These jokers can't even have phones. They can't even have cell phones in North Korea. Where was I at? Oh, I was in dealing with the pride. Sometimes people are separated, the men being separated from the women. Sometimes the women bring pride. Sometimes, man, when women are around, men, somebody gotta be the best. Some man gotta be the best speaker. Some man gotta be the best, jokers, a lot of jokers start acting different. When sisters around, man, I've read things historically on the synagogue being separate, where the men on one side, the women on the other side. But that's part of some of the issues too, man. Men trying to show out for women, trying to act big and bad for women, can't take correction because of the pride, because everybody watching. Well, it ain't everybody, it's the women. He could take that rebuke when it's just men, but there's some women in there. I ain't finna let that joker talk to me like that. Not in front of these women. Not in front of these women. He even talk to me like that.
Hey, it's like it.
Go ahead. Huh?
That remind me of a guy I used to work with. He was an older head. He told me, he said, Mike, you don't whoop a man when there's a lot of people around. He said you whip him in private. He handled it a little better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it tell you to handle it like that. The law tell you that, man. Take them personally first. And if you don't want to listen to that, then but yeah. But sometimes you gotta whoop them in front of everybody, so everybody else will know. Hey, man, it just depends on the circumstances. But there's laws in there for that also, man. So we know how to govern ourselves. We govern ourselves. There could be a Dubai all over this earth, and that's what it's supposed to be, and ultimately that's what it will be. When we all come to know him, and those who don't know him, they're gonna perish. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get them up out of there. 1 Thessalonians 4, and then you got one more. We'll read this last precept. Man, maybe about one or two more precepts and we out of here. Thessalonians, just give me 4 and 4. Wait. That one, everyone who knows how to possess his vessel, sanctification. Yeah. Matter of fact, start at verse 1 for me, Gavakasha. Oh, please.
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 1. Furthermore, then we beseech you, brethren, and exhort you by the Lord Mashiach Yahushua, that as ye have received of us how ye ought to walk and to please God, so ye would abound more and more. For ye know what commandments we gave you by the Lord Jesus. For this is the will of God, even your sanctification, that ye should abstain from fornication, that
Mm,
every one of you should know how to possess his vessel in sanctification and honor,
mm.
Mm.
One more.
not in the lust of concupiscence,
Uh,
even as the Gentiles which know not God.
yeah, we don't need. You need to learn how to control your vessel. Okay, you need to know how to control your vessel in sanctification and honor. All right, your vessel should be moving in honor and glory. Under these law, statutes, and commandments, man, you should not, abstain from fornication, abstain from the lust of concupiscence, like the Gentiles who know not God. You supposed to know God, so your vessel supposed to be holy, man. All right, control your vessel, control your inner thoughts. I know the First Kings 10. Why did I need to read this chapter? Why did y'all seeing my screen?
Con.
Still? Okay, here we go. I just realized how to pull that back. All right. First Kings 10. Why did Queen Sheba want to go see Solomon?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Anything else? Anybody got anything else? Wisdom is correct. It's just some more things though. It can be chopped up a little more.
He was fair. He was fair to look upon.
Okay, I'll take that.
He had a reputation as well. He was known as one of the mightiest kings around, so he had a reputation. So she had to want to see what the hoopla was about.
Absolutely. She had a reputation that spread throughout the earth. They wanted to know what that Solomon was about. Anybody got anything else?
He had a great city and he was wealthy.
Had a great city and it was wealthy. Absolutely. Great city and it was wealthy. We're gonna read this thing in First Kings 10. Just gonna read some of once we get to why she came, then we can get up out of there. First Kings chapter 10 and verse 1.
God. This book of First Kings, chapter 10, verse 1. And when the queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of the Lord.
Concerning the name of the Lord. He had a fame that was concerning the name of the Lord. Had a fame that was attached to Yahweh. Go ahead.
She came to prove him with hard questions.
What did it mean to prove?
Test him.
To test him. Go ahead.
And she came to Jerusalem with a very great train, with camels that bear spices, and very much gold, and precious stones. And when she was come to Solomon, she communed with him of all that was in her heart. And Solomon told her all her questions. There was not anything hid from the king, which he told her not. And when the queen of Sheba had seen all Solomon's wisdom, and the house that he had built, and the meat of his table, and the sitting of his servants, and the attendance of his ministers, and their apparel, and his cupbearer, and his ascent by which he went up unto the house of the Lord, there was no more spirit in her. And she said to the king, it was a true report that I heard in my own land of thy acts and of thy wisdom. Howbeit, I believe not the words until I came. My eyes had seen it. And behold, the half was not told me. Thy wisdom and prosperity exceedeth the fame which I heard. Happy are thy men, happy are these thy servants, which stand continually before thee, and that hear thy wisdom. Blessed be the Lord thy God, which delighted in thee, to set thee on the throne of Israel, because the Lord loved Israel forever. Therefore made he thee king to do judgment and justice. And she gave the king 120 talents of gold, and of spices, very great store, and precious stones. There came no more such abundance of spices as these which the queen of Sheba gave to King Solomon.
That's it. That's it. So he seen, the acts that he was doing, the justice, and how the city was run, and how everybody loved Solomon. More importantly, how the Most High loved Solomon, and placed him on the throne of Israel. And even though there were stories told, she was like, it still was only half of how crazy things are, how great things are that I've witnessed. They said she brought so many spices. There ain't never been that many spices. Jokers ain't been seasoning their food like that since. I ain't been seasoning that lamb since Queen Sheba brought all of that things. But the wisdom, Ak was saying, in the reputation, and the way he carried himself, the way he judged matters, the wealth that was in the city, everything, brothers, said was pretty much on point. And this was like a Dubai. You think if Queen Sheba came, you don't think everybody else wasn't coming? You don't think probably every nation was coming to be a part of that and to spread that and to go back and spread. Oh man, that's how we know about the things in Dubai. What do you know about Saudi Arabia? What do you know about the laws in give me another country? In Kuwait,
Iraq.
China, Iraq. What are the laws? You don't know nothing. You know about Dubai though, and they probably didn't know nothing about nothing else, but they knew the laws of Israel and they knew the God that gave them that, and they credited that to the Most High. They didn't. They knew the Most High. Queen Sheba knew the Most High put Solomon on that throne.
And Shalaki,
go ahead, brother.
I ain't hear Solomon tell Queen Sheba, "This not for you. Get away." Tell her, get away. This not for you. You know what I mean?
Come on, man. He took those spices too.
Took those spices. Put that thing on that lamb.
Yeah, go with that thing. Stir up those spices, man. Stir up those spices, man. And she came, and this is like, again, a type and a foreshadow of the kingdom, because all of their glory will be brought in through those gates. And this is almost like a foreshadow or a type of that, man. They got trains. Who's that? I can, if you probably look up and see how long Queen Sheba trained, but trains, just camel after camel after camel after camel, loaded up with stuff to bring to King Solomon. And it'll be the same thing. These nations, once the Messiah returns, these nations will be bringing those things, even Dubai.
Hey, Salaki.
Go ahead, Al.
I got a precept that'll fit between the two, between the U.S. and Dubai. That'd be Proverbs 29:2. You say, when the righteous authority, the people rejoice. Sir. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Oh yeah.
Gone. Absolutely. Who got that precept on the wisdom? What's that? 4:6, Deuteronomy 4:6. These words should be your wisdom in front of the nations. And then we'll close out with that. You know what I'm talking about?
Time.
What is that? 4:6 or 6:4?
Yeah, 4:6.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Keep going.
Oh, shoot. I'm turn the page.
I got it on the screen too.
Shalakia.
Go ahead.
For God have not called us unto uncleanness, but unto holiness. He therefore
Where you at?
that
Where you
is.
at? Where you at?
I'm on your screen. You on First Thessalonians.
Oh
On
man, my screen ain't. My bad, y'all.
that's how I'm back at it now. I'm up there. That was 4 and 6, correct? Yeah, 4 and 7.
God.
For what nation is there so great who have God so nigh unto them as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day?
That's all I wanted. But we'll close out on that unless brothers got any other precepts, anything to bring out. But these we supposed to be showing this wisdom through keeping these law, statutes, and commandments, glorifying Yahweh through the Mashiach Yahweh, and us keeping these law, statutes, and commandments. These nations should look at us and say, man, this is a wise and understanding people. And be salty that you have the one true God.
Yeah.
Be salty. But now they looking at us, oh man, it's some fools, man.
Yeah.
Give them an 808 and some guns and watch them destroy each other. But that's all I wanted to bring out, y'all. Is we just me and I was talking about this comparison and showing that some of the things that give Dubai that reputation is the same things that we should be living by. Of course, there are some differences, but a lot of the moral laws, it comes straight from the text. They the Quran tells them to keep the Torah. But I yield with that, man. If y'all brother got anything y'all want to add, anything you were saying?
Yeah, great lesson, brother. The whole thing about Queen Sheba and Solomon, and what a lot of times we miss that, right? About why that she was seeking Solomon as well, it's because she knew God was with him. Like even though Solomon benefited from the gift, but the gift was about God and to seek our God, and not so much Solomon. Solomon just happened to be the vessel, you know what I mean? And sometimes we don't understand Israel is just the vessel. We are the vessel that God used. Everything that God that Israel got coming to them, it's those that gonna be obedient to the Most High. And so much and so often we try to put ourselves in a position like we have did something that's worthy of it. We have or nor can ever do anything that's worthy of it. It's all because of what Christ did will allow us to come back into the fold. And that alone should bring humility. That alone should have us, really, really being more it's like a child that got a whipping, and then you got whipping from your parents, and then you get out there and you puffed up. You know what I mean? And when your parents say, you know what, I allow you to come back outside and play. Now you puffed up because you seeing somebody else finna get a whipping. You should remember that whipping your parents gave you. And that's how the Most High is. Like, we know what the Most High has done to us, man. So we shouldn't be outside, boasting on somebody else getting a whipping, man. Whatever the Most High judgment is, it's his judgment. But have nothing to do with our humility. We have to walk in humility because we still have a price to pay if we're not doing the things correctly according to the text. You still got a price to pay when the Mashiach come back. And if your name is not in that Lamb Book of Life, you got a price to pay. So we got to be careful not being all pride and boastful and all puffed up and beating on our chest like King Kong, because at the end of the day, the scripture said that when we see Christ, we're going to be crying like one mourning for his only begotten son. But we just gotta be careful with the pride, man. Good lesson, brother.
And all praise, man. All praise. You're absolutely right. We gotta be operating in humility, and we gotta understand that this thing is because of the Most High. All right, He chose us. We did not choose Him. We still ain't chosen. We still ain't. But we gotta understand that He chose us. It ain't, it's almost like, I don't know, man. It's almost like being a crew member and you trying to celebrate your McDonald's making $1 million. Like, and you're prideful, but you just on fries. You're not. You shouldn't be boasting. You need to be in humility, man. You're not the CEO. You're not McDonald. Your last name is not McDonald's. So all that glory goes to Him, and thus, man, we were saved through the Hamashiach because of the grace and mercy of the Father. So we gotta be operating in humility, like I was saying. Go ahead, Doc.
Hey, now I was just doing a little bit more research on that caravan that Queen Sheba had. It said it was a long trip up to about 1,500 miles. It say how long did it take Queen Sheba to reach Solomon? It say it took her 3, although the journey usually takes 7.
It took her how long? How many? You said how many days?
It said they carried a letter declaring that she could arrive in Jerusalem within 3 years, although the journey normally takes 7 years. Wow.
Wait, because I was just thinking, like, man, how soon are you gonna get there walking? How soon are you gonna get to 1,500 miles? How far is Dubai from America?
Wow.
How far is Dubai? How in the world did you walk 3 years? Like you that hungry? You was that hungry to see? Is this really true?
But she wasn't walking up; she was being carried.
Well, somebody was walking.
Oh man!
She didn't come by herself. Even them camels. I feel bad even for the camels.
What you talking?
And they was like in sandals too, bro. They wasn't in no Nike. They had no goddamn Dr. Shows.
No boots, man.
Man.
So, man, I don't know, man.
It's like it. Even being that's a long. That's a long time. You get tired. You get tired of this being carried for 3 years. Good Lord.
Man.
Lord of Christ. That's a bumpy ride, brother.
And I don't think she was there long.
Wow.
And I don't even want to get into this, but the Rastafarian doctrine saying that meeting, a child ended up being bared through that meeting. That means she would have went. She went home, and I'm not saying this is true. I'm just if it was. I'm just saying if it was, she going back. That baby almost 3 years old. Kid, that baby about 2 years.
That baby walking about
that baby have been weaned.
Wow.
That baby jump off that dirt, off that chair, that curve running, goddamn. Lord,
oh man.
Hey, Salakia, that's like walking from Atlanta to Denver, 1,392 miles.
Whew. Lord,
Got another what? One song. It's like walking from here to Idaho.
Lord in Christ. It's a long way, brother.
Mm.
I'm talking about you change the altitude and everything. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Lord in
sir.
Christ.
Yeah, you going through different temperatures, man. You done went through 3 winters. Like, man.
Hey, Shalaki, what is from Selma to Washington D.C.?
Yeah, we marched that, didn't we?
Huh?
Yeah.
It was Selma to
In church shoes. And you know they was in church shoes, most of them.
No,
So that was not comfortable either.
hey, that was 12 hour, 824. Hold up, they're driving. My bad. We
Yeah,
talking
no.
about walking. Let me walking direction not available. I'm done, man. I yield.
Yeah, man. Too much numbers, man. They be counting, brother.
Yeah.
Lord.
Man.
Yeah, man. But you see
Yeah,
the parallel. You see the parallel of that too, man. You know, a lot of stuff that happened during the civil rights movement, man, was a lot of that stuff was you could parallel to the text. You know what I mean? Even with that last I had a dream, you know, I looked over the mountaintop and I'm just like I looked over it and seen that we went into the land of milk and honey. I might not get there with you. You know, that whole thing that was, you know, him being prophetic as Moses and the children of Israel was gonna get there. So a lot of that stuff you could parallel to the text.
Come on, man. And them folks didn't come back, man. A lot of them folks, when they went to DC, they didn't come back. I forget what they
feet
called
was
them.
hurting.
Yeah, I forget what they called them. What they called them? They called them something in DC, that them Alabamians that came up there from they came up to DC. They call them. They have a name for them. They end up calling them a proverb.
Well,
But yeah, man. You see those types and those foreshadows, man. It's very. You can glean from those things and see it directly in the text. But anything else, brothers?
no, all praise, brother.
No, all praises,
Yeah.
man. All right, man. I see y'all.
Oh, Shalakia,
Go ahead.
we was talking earlier about the new moon this week. Perhaps we could celebrate the new moon on the Shabbat. So y'all ponder that and get back to me and let me know.
Con,
It lands on the Saturday, I believe, right up?
I think so. I think it's the 3rd.
So something to think about.
China, all praises.
Time.
All right, Israel, man. We see y'all Friday on Bring It Out TV. Y'all willing? And until the next one, man, we pray this thing was edifying. Shalom.
Shalom, fam.
Shalom, man.
Come on, family.